R&B and pop superstar Chris Brown has found himself in hot water again with the law. Brown has racked up a string of arrests dating from 2009 to present. Brown was once again arrested in England on May 15th, 2025. He was taken into custody by the Metropolitan Police in Manchester, England at the Lowry Hotel. Brown was charged with grievous bodily harm relating to an alleged February 2023 assault.
Chris Brown has been released from a London jail on bail following an assault charge. He's accused of attacking a music producer with a tequila bottle in 2023. Brown wasn't in court when bail was set. He must pay over $5 million now and another $1 million in a week. He also has to surrender his passport except for tour travel. His world tour starts June 8th in Netherlands.
The incident details Brown striking music producer Abe Diaw with a bottle of Don Julio tequila at Tape, a London nightclub. Diaw was hit many times over the head before enduring further assault. Prosecutor Hannah Nichols alleges the attack was unprovoked. Nichols alleges after hitting Diaw with the bottle multiple times, Brown then punched and stumped an unconscious Diaw as he lay on the floor. The attack was captured on surveillance camera. Diaw went to a local hospital with lacerations on his head and torn ligaments in his leg. Brown was denied bond initially. However, after a hearing at Southwark Crown Court, a bail was granted to the sum of $6.7 million, and that's US dollars. Brown had an idea he could be arrested coming back to the UK after skipping out on volunteer interviews with police immediately after the nightclub incident. Also, Abe Diaw sued Chris Brown for $16 million for all of the injuries that he suffered and the humiliation of being thrown around a London nightclub in front of a bunch of people. He felt like, hey, you gotta compensate me for this. So yeah, he was sued for $16 million. That lawsuit was actually filed back in October 2023 when the alleged altercation took place. Oh, and did I mention, yes, that is 16 million US dollars. Chris has to stop this chain of behavior and violence and going to jail and getting sued. He's closer now to 40 than he is 30. He is a fully grown man. This is going to continue to cost him and cost him. So hopefully he can get this together. Brown is on a world tour, and the arrest put the massive show in jeopardy. Taking that into consideration, the judge had pity on him and allowed bail. The tour resumed as scheduled, with the European leg kicking off with a considerable amount of stops in the UK. Rapper Hoodie Baby, real name Ama Kalulu, was also charged with grievous bodily harm with intent in connection with the Tape nightclub assault. So basically, they just jumped this poor dude. Akalulu and Brown befriended each other when they were teenagers. Akalulu stated he's often mistaken for security because he protects his friends, and people feel safe with him. And obviously, maybe he may have a little reputation not to play with him. He kind of looks like it. So yeah, I wouldn't bother him either. Brown attended his June 20th court date, pleading not guilty to the assault charge. Brown did not enter a plea on accusations of assault occasioning actual bodily harm and having an offensive weapon. Those charges were later added to the indictment. Brown will be back in court July 11th to enter a plea for those charges, pertaining those specific charges. So I will give an update on the progress of that case. SummerCon was a lot more eventful than planned when Martin Kove, who portrays John Kreese in the Karate Kid franchises and the Netflix original spinoff Cobra Kai, delivered a rather interesting greeting to Cobra Kai co-star Alicia-Hannah-Kim. Cobra Kai made an appearance at the event with several cast members in attendance. Hannah-Kim spotted Kove at the fan convention held in Pullup, Washington. The event ran from June 20th to June 22nd. Hannah-Kim approached the karate sensei to say hi. Hannah-Kim stated Kove then assaulted her. Hannah-Kim detailed the bizarre incident, stating after tapping Kove on the shoulder, he grabbed her arm and bit her. Hannah-Kim stated the bite was so intense that Kove nearly drew blood. Hannah-Kim screamed in pain. Then Kove began to kiss her arm in the same spot he bit her. Okay, guys, do you all think maybe Sensei was a little tipsy? Maybe he had been sipping on the spirits. That doesn't sound like behavior that you commit when you're, operating in your correct aura. Maybe he was a little under the spirits and it brought out the vampiric essence inside of him. Here comes Hannah-Kim, she's an attractive lady. He knows her. They work well together. And he just decided to give a little love bite. Not a good idea. Totally inappropriate. But I'm trying to figure out exactly where was his mind. What was he thinking?
One of the stars of the hit Netflix show Cobra Kai will not face charges after he was accused of biting his co-star. The incident and the confrontation that followed happened over the weekend at the Washington State Fairgrounds. Christian Balderas with our Seattle sister station is in Puyallup with the details.
Cannot bite people. That is not okay.
Police body cam video shows actor Aliciah-Hannah-Kim confronting co-star Martin Kove after he allegedly bit her arm hard. The two are known for playing Kim Da-eun and Sensei John Kreese on the Karate Kid reboot Cobra Kai.
I know.
No, we do not play like that. I
apologize.
No.
So.
No.
According to a police report, the actress was at SummerCon in Puyallup when she tapped Kove on the shoulder to say hello. Kove allegedly then grabbed and bit her arm and began kissing it. The police report says he nearly drew blood.
I'm on the precipice of fury and seeking my own justice because what you've done is committed assault, and that's on camera. Everything that I've just said.
Before getting police involved, Hannah-Kim and her husband confronted Kove, who then yelled back and said he was just messing around.
Do not with me.
I have
not.
My justification is wrong.
Yes.
Totally incorrect.
Here we are. Welcome to the Cobra Kai, boss.
In an Instagram post published by Hannah-Kim just the day before, the group of Cobra Kai actors appear to be getting along as they arrive at the convention. The police report states Cohn was later kicked out of that event and let off with a warning.
If I press charges on him, you literally cuff him and take him away and shove him in a jail.
That's one option.
He would die though, he's 80, I'm not going to do that to him.
And Hannah-Kim ultimately did keep to her word and did not press charges against her co-star. She did tell police, though, that she wanted to have a report made just in case something like this were to happen again. In Puyallup, I'm Christian Balderas, King 5 News.
Now, in the clip you just saw, Kove was pretty calm, even keel. Yeah, but he wasn't like that before the popo showed up. Hannah-Kim and her husband confronted him and asked him about his behavior. Kove gave them the business and was like, "Don't approach me. How dare you approach me?" In a very aggressive manner. He wasn't having it. He was not happy with them approaching him. He went on to explain, well, we play on set. It's not a big deal. You guys are taking it all out of context. Yeah, but Hannah-Kim wasn't hearing that. She wasn't hearing that. She reported him to the police in the VIP section. According to the report, she could have had him arrested, and as you can see that in the clip, that was an option, but she chose not to. She took pity on him, and she declined to press charges against him, and he should be happy because, he could have been taking the ride. A little ride to the drunk tank, because I still believe he was under the influence. I think he was drinking. Kove did apologize to Hannah-Kim. This is his direct apology. I deeply regret and apologize for my actions regarding the incident with Aliciah-Hannah-Kim, a genuinely kind and wonderful person who didn't deserve to be put in this position. I've always respected her and considered her a highly professional and talented co-worker on Cobra Kai. I was being playful in the moment, but went too far. And there is absolutely no excuse for my behavior. I regret my actions, for which I take full responsibility for what I did. And again, I apologize to her and her husband. I'm committed to learning from this, and it will never happen again. Pretty smooth apology. I'm glad he apologized. Hopefully he was sincere. More than likely, he may have been once he probably sobered up and realized what he did. Now, the drunkenness is allegedly. There was no report or mention of alcohol in the incident. No one said that he was inebriated. That's just my opinion. Looking at his demeanor in the video and his actions, I think he tried to calm down and be as sober as possible when the police were present. Sensei just looked like he had one too many. It still was an unfortunate incident that all this happened, and then he got thrown out of the convention. It's a good thing he didn't go to jail, but they told him, hey, you gotta go, pack it up. And that's so embarrassing. I mean, he's an older gentleman, and they put him out, but I do understand. I mean, he's biting ladies and drawing blood, so he had to go. Unfortunately for Kove, the hits just keep on coming. The Cobra Kai actor's reputation took another ding when TMZ reported Kove was investigated for alleged sexual harassment on the set of Cobra Kai in 2024. TMZ's sources claim Sony investigated the allegations, with studio execs speaking to the extras and other personnel on the set. Kove was spoken to and reprimanded. Deadline first reported the allegation and investigation, and Kove denied anything inappropriate took place. He stated it was in April of last year and there was nothing to it. Kove said he was completely transparent. It wasn't true then and it's not true now. So, he denied it then. He said nothing inappropriate happened. I'm starting to see a little pattern here with Sensei. TMZ sources did state that the investigation took place during the end season of Cobra Kai. So it was season 6. That was the last season. I'm very upset about that, but because I'm a huge fan of Cobra Kai and the Karate Kid franchises, so I'm sad to see them go, but I'm so glad we had this spinoff. It was so cool, something that I never expected to see, but I'm glad we got it for all those that are fans. Kove wasn't ever asked to leave set, so he was never kicked off of the Cobra Kai set, like he was in Samarkand, but that didn't happen, and a reliable source of TMZ says that he was exonerated of any wrongdoing. However, they did advise him to apologize to the person that made the complaint. We don't know if he did that or not. There's no record of saying that he did. But of course, we know he apologized to Hannah-Kim. I think Sensei needs to cool the jets on the play fighting and the over friendliness, and everybody keep your mouth and teeth to yourself unless invited. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you. Please like, comment, and subscribe, please, because it helps the channel, and you'll be alerted when I upload more, and more is to come. So stay tuned. Take care of yourself and each other.